segment of the show for today. Council Lady Gilmore, I think before we had our second commercial break, I think we promised you that we would give you an opportunity to continue the conversation that Councilman Black was dealing with, and that is Nashville as an entertainment city and the impact that you believe that this has had upon the city and the way things operate. Let's talk about it.
Okay, I think it has benefited the city, especially in terms of race relation. My husband and I are season ticket holders. We sit in every Sunday at the Titans game. You talk to your neighbor. It gives you something to talk about when you go in the grocery stores, when you're in the bank. So when you put people or create a culture where people talk together, then we see barriers beginning to break down. And I think in the end it will improve race relations. Now, on terms of economic basis, I think we have some challenges ahead of us. I'd like to see, when I walk around the peripheral of that Adelphia Stadium, I'd like to see more small businesses. I'd like to see more African American and more women. I don't see very many of those. I've only seen one, in fact, I think. The coffee shop down on Jefferson. So I think we have a ways to go in terms of achieving economic parity there. But in terms of race relation, it's a very good first step. It's good for inviting people to Nashville. When we go out of the city, I feel very good about bragging about Nashville and some of the things that we have to offer. It puts us in a very competitive, I think, position with other large cities. So I feel very good about what we're doing in terms of the sports thing. And the Titans are very good role models. Those are, most of them are young. I was looking at their age. Most of them are in their early 20s. These are men who are millionaires, and they're taking good positions. They're involved in charitable operations, and we even saw that Eddie George got involved politically, encouraging people to go out and vote. So they are excellent role models, people that we can feel very good about. So I think it's been a very good move for Nashville to bring them to Nashville.
And so the point of view, I think, Councilman Black, that the NFL and the stadium and the arena and all of these things would be a drain upon the taxpayer and would be a burden on the taxpayer, did not really materialize as some people believe. Would you be?
Well, I won't go that far in saying all of this, but I will say this, that you know, the issue about the NFL was one of those things that that hit us in the face 5.5 years ago when we came on, and much debate on the floor of the council was there, and it was through a couple of council members who were able to force a referendum. So when we start talking about the stadium and the council, we always have to allude to the fact that the people voted 3-1 for the National Football League. So it is their team, and they voted for it. And it's nothing new throughout America. Other cities have done that, and other cities have Cincinnati did a sales tax, did a stadium, and some of the others. Not necessarily that I agree with all of it, but that's the way big business is done. You can look at, you could take the stadium and the arena, and then you could take Dale. You know, Dale has a big package that we offered, and we gave them. Does it work? Has it worked? I think the jury's still out. I do know this, that they've employed well over a couple thousand people. So does that turn, and it does turn some things. It does turn tax dollars. So I think over the long haul, it will prove to be beneficial. The key thing about sports, though, we all have to say, is at the very last of that, it has to read W-I-N.
Very good.
You have to win, and we keep people coming. So, and that is important. As long as you win,
people will come.
If you have something to sell, people will buy.
Very
good. Right.
Okay, we've got about 2 minutes before we end the show today, and let's give both of you an opportunity to make a last-minute comment.
May I go first?
Yeah,
you let her,
okay.
No, you may take all the time if you let Councilman
I promise you I won't. Just briefly, because we talked about the council and some of the things on the agenda. And I want to let people know that we filed a resolution that will be before us this coming Tuesday. It has to, and the only thing it's doing is supporting John Conyers' House Bill number 40 for the U.S. Congress to put forth and to commission a study on reparations for African Americans. out of that study now, and I want people to realize this, out of the study, it is, if it's put together, the only thing it would do would be to make recommendations to Congress, not to the courts, not Congress then would settle or make any determination based on the study. The only thing we're asking for is a study. And I want to say that we have studied a lot of things over the past 100 years.
Okay, very good. Let's have you to make a
He kept his words. I want to commend him. I just
Uh,
wanted to share a little bit about the mayor's capital spending budget. I wanted to commend him publicly for it because it's a very ambitious a capital spending plan. It's a very good one. I think it lends itself to a lot of opportunities to help our community. One is sidewalks. In our schools, we really need sidewalks, particularly in our communities. So I'm looking forward to getting sidewalks in the communities. The other thing is that it provides some money for a precinct in the North Nashville area. And as you're aware, we've been promised a precinct for some time. So we look forward to seeing a precinct in the North Nashville area.
Very good. Let me thank the two of you over the last 14 seconds that we have here for coming by and giving us that excellent information today about the Metropolitan Council. And I'm sure that others like myself have been enlightened, because I've certainly been enlightened as to what you're doing. And again, let me encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.